Strictly legend Robin Windsor, who was a professional dancer on the BBC show, was plagued by an injury, dead, and a reported £100,000 tax bill. Strictly Come Dancing pro Robin Windsor's death broke fans' and friends' hearts when the tragedy was announced this week. Details have since come to light of the struggles he'd have been dealing with behind the scenes in the years before his death, including a tax bill which, according to reports from the Daily Mail, had reached £100,000. Robin, who was just 44 at the time of his death, also claimed he'd faced pricey medical bills around the same time he was axed from the show he loved so much after suffering a painful back injury at an after-show party in Blackpool. A source claimed to Mail Online that despite being left in agony after his slipped disc, he hadn't received any financial support from Strictly bosses. He had required an operation after falling heavily onto a marble floor when a lift he was attempting went wrong. It is believed that the BBC would not have been liable to pay for his medical care after the accident, but he had a double dose of devastation when he was sacked from the show following his injury in 2014. It ended a successful 4-year stint, during which he performed for the nation with Patsy Kensit, Anita Dobson, Deborah Meaden, and Lisa Riley, with whom he was a finalist. Robin shared his downward spiral on the My Time Capsule podcast 2 years ago, revealing that having to leave the show was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I loved being on Strictly Come Dancing. It was the best job in the world. I think I loved being on that show more than any other person that was there, he declared. However, I got a phone call saying, "Thank you for all your hard work on the show. We won't be needing you anymore." And that was all that I got. It hurt more than anything in the world. After all of the work that I'd put in, how much I loved it, what I'd been through with the injury, to be just pushed to the side, with no real thanks or anything, was heartbreaking. He then sadly acknowledged, "At the same time, that's show business, right?" The performer, who'd previously been in a serious relationship with X Factor star Marcus Collins, added that the trauma of being ousted from the show at the time led him into a downward spiral. He clarified that he hadn't left by choice, but that following his horrible back operation, bosses had decided not to ask him back. Robin suggested that the sacking could have been for health and safety reasons, but argued that he'd been physically fit after his op. He then admitted he'd struggled to witness Trent Whitten, one of his best friends, go on to replace him and dance with Pixie Lott. The cause of Robin's death has not yet been confirmed.